And we're back.
Take two.
I just had a screaming baby.
So, yeah.
I'm eating Cheetos.
And I'm trying to get my leg in. So, my hair looks weird. Well, not weird, but weird compared to how it normally does. Yes. So,
Mine too, kind of, but not really.
Yes. Well,
secretively.
I had my hair highlighted and low-lighted yesterday, and I never let my hairdresser blow dry it because I hate to blow dry my hair. And she's like, please let me blow dry it. And I was like, fine, because she had to trim it, and she finishes the trim when it's totally dry.
How much did she trim? Only half an inch?
Tiny bit, yeah.
Really?
Because I had been curling my hair more with a wand, and I only get it trimmed like twice a year. But I knew that it was going to need to be trimmed this time. So I don't know how I feel about it like this. Not the length, and not the highlights or the lowlights.
You mean just straight?
Yes, and like...
I like it.
Oh, that's very nice of you.
I do. Different. You do different things with your hair a lot.
I do. But I don't like do color different. Like it's always pretty much the same color. Although I said add some heavy lowlights because my roots are so dark.
Yeah.
And it bugs the shit.
Well, and it's winter time. I feel like you do that in the winter time. I'm gonna bump down Daniel Tiger volume.
That's probably good.
A couple more notches.
And I'm going to pour us our shots.
Oh yeah, we haven't done that yet.
Shot.
This one's over. Do I need to like click something? A different one? Or
It
what?
should come back on.
Okay.
So, also, I like to try different shot cups every time.
I have noticed that.
This time,
Having tea.
Tyler last year was like, I've always wanted an espresso set. And I'm like,
You never use it?
follow your dream and buy it, Tyler. No, we don't ever use it. How often, like, okay.
So a minute ago, Teddy saw me eating.
So those are Teddy's
These are
favorite.
Teddy's Cheetos, right? He
I
got
think
them
I
for
might
his
have given
birthday.
too much.
Oh.
It looks like I'm drinking soy sauce.
Looks like you're drinking an espresso.
Is that too much? Yeah. Okay.
I'll take a splash more, actually. I
A
kinda need
splash
it.
more.
Just a splash. Just a little splashy splash.
I need it after
Anyways,
yesterday afternoon.
Teddy just saw me eating the Cheetos, and he was standing there in the living room. He started screaming at me, and I was like,
So let's clarify. Teddy's favorite food is the white cheddar Cheetos.
they're
Yeah.
good. I understand why, Ted.
Teddy had a birthday this past
We
weekend.
always find a way to fit in their name.
Well, and Casey, amongst other things, gave Teddy a bag of white cheddar Cheetos. They were his favorite gift. He sat like this. He loved them. So, okay,
I get
bottoms
why,
up.
Ted. Cheers.
I don't really like them that much. I like the crunchy orange kind. Cheers.
The harder ones?
Yeah. Oh, God.
I almost took Onyx at home this morning. I was like, I should wait because I'm going to be drinking it over
it's
here.
hard sometimes. So, it just does. So we talked about my hair being different. Rachel, what is different about your hair? And I want to say, I did not notice this at first. I looked at her hair and I thought, it looks good. But I didn't know why.
Because I got some extensions, like just clip-in, like not expensive. I wanted to try them
I
out
didn't
before
even
I
know,
invested.
but you can feel them. But
Yeah.
I didn't know that she had them in.
So this is like the extensions.
They look
Longer pieces.
good.
But I really didn't do it for length because they're almost the same length as my real hair.
You did it
But
for,
I did it for like
volume.
My hair was so thin and falling out, and I just
I
like the
think
I'm
we
not
have a solution to that, but we're not going to talk about it yet.
my thin hair.
Well, and what you're going to do
I'm just gonna
color-wise.
shave my head and
No, she's not going to pull a Britney.
wig it up.
I would, though. I told you this.
I've
I have an
considered it.
afro wig. It is not culturally inappropriate because I wore it when I was Bob Ross. You're laughing at me, but it's not, okay?
Because you have to like
I
disclaimer
do.
it.
I do. I would fucking love to wear an afro. Like, that's my dream hair. And if they have any excuse to break out the afro, I do. Because I look good in it. I know you don't believe me, but for real, I can pull off an afro. Who knew? If you hear, it sounds like somebody's trying to burglarize our house, my house.
Just a dog.
It's just the dogs, so just don't worry about it.
We had to put them outside while Teddy eats his lunch because the dogs like steal Teddy's lunch. And Teddy just like feeds them, and I'm like, you didn't
Fun
eat
times.
anything.
An
You just fed it
entire
all to your
peanut
dog.
butter and jelly. No problem. So we thought, or I thought of a new, how do I put it? A new random fun little
Hang?
Yes. Maybe each vlog post. I mean, it's quite possible. So
That might be a lot to keep up with every.
I could do it every day. So I think most of you know, but if you don't, I really like to research super random topics. Like super random. No rhyme or reason. I just do. So,
and then she goes down like this rabbit hole.
And then I feel I have to tell somebody this new knowledge I've gained because it will never be used in my real life ever. I will never need to know these things. However, my 3 most exciting bits of trivia for this week is 1, did you know that Nickelodeon is a real word? It's not just a TV show. So Nickelodeons were the original movie theater and it cost a nickel to get in.
Really?
Yes! Mind blown.
So Nickelodeon was like a movie theater.
Yes, not a
Company,
very small
brand.
scale. No, that's what they called movie theaters. Like instead of saying I'm going to go to the movie theater, this
I'm
very
gonna go to
first
the
movie
Nickelodeon
theater. Yeah, I'm going to go to the
and watch this
Nickelodeon.
movie?
But they were shorts. They weren't like movies like as we think of them. But I thought Nickelodeon was just a word that Nickelodeon, the TV company, made up. I didn't know that was a real thing.
Weird.
I literally made Tyler stop Yellowstone last night. So I could tell
speaking
him
of,
this.
what does Yellowstone stream on? What do...
I don't.
Is it Hulu?
No.
Peacock channel or something?
No,
I need to
I don't
figure it out
know.
so I
I
can
know
watch
it's not Hulu, but
Do you watch it too? Or
Yeah.
just him?
yeah, we've always watched it. John Dutton,
Rip.
I mean, he may be 70, but
Still looks good.
I wouldn't kick him out of bed.
Even if you were a single woman.
Yes.
Yeah.
We all know this. Number 2, the Maine Coon cat.
What?
The Maine Coon cat, MAINCOON cat, is the largest breed of domesticated cats.
What is a Maine Coon?
It's a domestic cat
Is
you
it
could
like
have as
a-
a pet. It's a for real cat.
How big is it?
When I was researching it, I think it was up to 35 pounds, but they look huge. It looks like, just from the picture, it looks like it's slightly smaller than our golden retrievers. But cats always look bigger because they're fluffy.
Yeah.
But bigger than Benji.
Maine Coon cat?
Mm-hmm.
What is it? Is it like a cross between a raccoon?
No, but that used to be the urban legend that it was a hybrid of a raccoon and a cat. It is not. My last,
Hence the name.
my
but
third, final, last random trivia for this week. This blew my mind. Literally blew. I wanted to text you so bad about this, but I knew you were doing something and nobody else is going to care as much as I am.
you can still text me and read later.
Well, okay, so
What was I doing?
you had family in town, from out of town. This is incredible. Grizzly bears can carry. They can have a litter, and the litter can have different dads. Is that not crazy? So they can have 3 cubs.
At one time.
Yes.
Deliver 3 babies.
And they could have 2 different dads.
So they have multiple eggs.
I don't know how that works, but
And sex with... Man, grizzly bears are sluts then.
no, it's not that. It's that the male grizzlies are very aggressive. In fact, male grizzlies will kill grizzly cubs because a mother will not mate until her cubs are 2 to 3 years old, and that's when they go off on their own.
So the men kill the children because they want some poon on? Murderers.
I mean, I wouldn't fuck around with a grizzly.
Just for the female grizzlies.
A female grizzly, though, with cubs, you do not want to be anywhere close to that because they will also kill for their cubs. I mean, let's be honest. I would do that for my kids.
Yeah.
So, can you imagine a 900-pound furry beast?
Speaking of for your kids, Amanda has a few things that she needs to get off her chest. So I'm gonna
Okay, and I need to tell you,
eat my Cheetos and
on
listen to your
YouTube,
rants.
you're not allowed to say the word anymore.
Did we say it?
You did.
The bears.
I think I might have. Anyways,
bears.
so don't fuck around with the grizzly. Let's just put it that way. Okay, so my rant. This might be a two-parter, people. But the
She's like,
main
let's
one-
vlog about our rants.
The
And I'm
main
like,
one at the top of like my mind, this happened last night. I don't know if any of you, maybe this is just me, but when I get like really mad, I literally feel it inside. It feels like my insides are burning and the fire needs to get out, right? And I like shake and I like, stalk and like pace, like, and I need to get it out, right? Well, so I made a post last night. I thought Tyler was going to be mad. He was not mad. I made a post on Facebook about this. And literally within seconds of me making this post, Rachel's like, did this person do it? And I'm like, no, surprisingly, it wasn't that bitch. It was another one.
I'm sorry. This is not funny, but
No.
it's funny because I know the whole story. Okay. Well, explain the situation.
Okay, so
For our viewers.
I'm not going to go into all of it because I told Sophie that I wouldn't.
Details.
Yes. So Sophie was at a friend's house on Sunday. So yesterday was Monday. So Sophie was at a friend's house Sunday. The friend's mother told Sophie that she heard from her friend, another mother, that Rudy was involved in putting soap in our neighborhood's waterfall.
Big old waterfall.
And Sophie,
very expensive to fix.
Sophie was like, wait, when was this? Because the lady knew the date. And Sophie was like, that's not possible. We were in Colorado.
So Sophie did say that.
She did. But this is the thing. One, it's very expensive. Every time that this happens, they have to close the whole waterfall. People have to come in. It's not a cheap, easy fix.
Right.
Number two, if my kid did that, I would kick their ass. Like, that's not okay. It may seem trivial in the grand scheme of things, but you don't fuck with somebody else's property. Even community property. That's vandalism, right?
Right. I think you're...
And no,
Your kid's not
just
better than
because you add soap to a waterfall doesn't mean you're gonna, lead a life of crime. But still, my kid didn't do it, okay?
Your kid was in a different state.
No, so this woman, by this point, and this
The
happened,
first woman that...
yes, so this was in July, okay? So this woman has been saying this. It got all the way back to Sophie. So this woman has been running her mouth all around the neighborhood about my kid when my kid was in Colorado. So they came home from school, they told me this, and Sophie's like, please don't say who told me this. And I'm like, I'm not gonna say it, but I'm gonna post about it. She's like, oh God. And I'm like, Sophie, and Rudy's like, thanks, mommy. And I'm like, I got your back. Now, if you do something stupid, I will turn your ass in. I will be the first person to turn your ass in. But when you have done nothing wrong,
Yeah.
you're damn sure I'm gonna rave about
How did that even
it.
get started?
Okay, so the woman that said this, we kind of, how do I put it? Our kids have been in things together, and so I know of her and she knows of me.
You know that's where it started?
No, I just know that she continued
along.
to pass it along. So I am not a big fan of hers. And I will say that prior to this, I was not a big fan of hers. Teddy feels
Teddy
the
is
same
not
way.
a
No,
fan
Teddy
either.
feels the same way.
She does more. Do you want to
Yeah,
talk
yeah,
more
go,
about
yep,
it? Oh,
yep.
he's got two left. Well, oh, your juice. Did your juice fall?
So, anyways, I've never actually spoken to this woman because I just haven't. Tyler does know the parents. A lot of people, because I made a post about it last night on Facebook, and I thought he was going to be mad about the post. He was okay with it because he's like, no, you should defend Rudy if he hasn't done anything. But a lot of people on Facebook was like, you need to talk to the parents that are saying this. Well, I've never actually, I'm not friends with them on Facebook. I don't have their phone number, so I'm not sure. And if anybody's going to talk to him, it's going to be Tyler. However, I know that my posts get seen by a lot of people. And I know this, I'll explain in a second. And I believe that Tyler is friends with these people on Facebook.
He's probably tagged in the post.
Yeah, that's exactly why I did it. And I don't say I know my post gets seen by a lot of people because I'm trying to be conceited, okay? I say that because I got in trouble by the middle school principal for one of my
We
posts.
talked about that, didn't we?
I don't
Was
know
it on a
if we
vlog?
did.
I remember you saying the story recently.
I don't know.
Or was it at brunch?
It was at brunch.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go through the whole story because last time I made a post, she called me and said it was like defamation. I was ruining her reputation.
It wasn't at all.
No, she was ruining her own reputation.
It was about middle schoolers, and they were being more strict on what they could wear because male teachers were getting distracted.
That is what I was told.
And it's like, whoa.
And I'm like,
why
wait,
are we
what?
addressing
And when
the real
I
issue of the
reached
problem?
out, or when I made the post, and I did not mention a middle school. I did not mention, I left all of that out. I did not single anybody out. And there was no exact teacher. There was no male teacher. It was just a general statement. There's a lot of male teachers up there that I really like, and I trust them 100%. So any of these male teachers, I don't know them. Anyways, that really pissed me off though, because that should not be the student's problem. That is not a student problem. I have to wear a longer shirt because you're a fucking dirtbag. That is not the student's problem. That's the teacher's problem. That's a personal problem that the principal needs to deal with. Well, the principal called me and told me that I was ruining her reputation. That was the concern. That was the concern.
So your post or whatever got back
to her.
somehow.
And I have no,
You're like, I didn't mention the school. I didn't mention your name. I didn't mention any teacher's
and
name.
this was literally the next morning. So, that's why I say that. I'm not going to say anything else, but I think that a principal being more concerned with their reputation than children's safety says enough. Probably going to get in trouble for it. I'll probably be getting another call from the principal.
Okay, moving on.
My kids have never even gotten in trouble in school, but I have.
That's what we were talking about.
Okay. Oh, so Rachel this weekend literally had an entire side of the family show up, and she didn't know what was happening.
No, it was just very last minute kind
yes, she didn't have
me and
a
my
lot
girl
of advance
cousins had been talking about a date to get the family all together. My grandma passed away in April of this year, and we always did that side of the family Christmas thing.
Did you guys do Thanksgiving?
Some of us sometimes,
Okay,
not like a big, yeah. But since she's passed or whatever, we were like, we still have to get the family together. We still have to do this or whatever. I have cousins with kids in Iowa. My brother's in Phoenix.
But your brother was not here this week.
No, he wasn't. It's kind of hard to coordinate. But me and my two girl cousins, or my cousin's wives, I guess they're my cousin-in-laws. Is that a thing?
Yeah.
We're trying to nail down a date.
And this is on her dad's side of the family.
So it turns out, this past weekend that they were able to come in town, and it was
Rachel
early
texted
last
me
week.
Friday morning. She's like, I have all these people coming over for dinner tonight, and I'm peeling deviled eggs, and I'm like,
oh my God, the video I sent you. The Instant Pot deviled eggs. It's like
it was impressive. It was impressive.
So yeah, it was just. I found out earlier last week they were coming in town, and there was these
ready or not, things. You're hosting a family reunion.
Family get together Friday, and then there was one of my second cousin's last football game he plays for. Oh God,
a
college football team locally.
The picture of your cousin,
the football player, Nolan.
Now
he's engaged. He's still in college and engaged. He's off the market.
Well, his fiance is very lucky.
Yeah,
but
you're looking
I mean,
good.
he's way young. That's not what I'm saying. But I was just like, damn, Rachel.
Yeah.
And he's tall.
Yeah.
I haven't seen him before.
Nope, that's Nolan. Hi, Nolan. Ewing.
I'm not a cougar, Nolan. I'm
so
just
there was
stating
a
the obvious.
football game that we all families went to, and then that night, one of Nolan's brothers just graduated college and accepted an assistant athletic director job at Arkansas.
Wow.
I'm like,
for football?
Yeah, right out of college.
That's super impressive.
No, for the whole school. Athletic director.
Oh, shit. Oh, wow.
All sports. Yeah.
That's very impressive.
So there was a bonfire going away thing for him.
Is their dad big too?
Yeah.
I mean, was their dad into football? Because a lot of, so what
I don't know if Keith played football.
you know, Rudy is in football, right? And what I have seen, Rudy started football when he was like 2 or 3. The football dads, they're the craziest motherfuckers out of any sport. Like, seriously, it's a whole new level.
I don't think my cousin Keith was like
Okay,
crazy.
well, I just didn't know.
All that. I mean, they're at all the games and stuff.
It's so, I mean, it's so, like,
so
mind-blowing.
There was like 2 things Saturday and a family gathering Friday night, and then we were going to do family pictures out at my cousin's house on Sunday. So everything was going to be out at my one cousin's house. So like on Wednesday, I was like, if it's easier, I could have.
Why?
I could help and have the family over to my house Friday evening for the family gathering. And then like I didn't really hear back.
You need like a little Amanda to step in and be like.
No, and then like
Don't
so
volunteer.
Thursday it was confirmed that that's the plan. And so I was like, better get my house clean and get to the grocery store. And
glad you didn't decide
like, we just
to refinish your kitchen cabinets 2 days before.
No, I touched up paint on the walls and cleaned baseboards and stuff. It was like a high caffeine day, and I got shit done. And no, I'm not. That's not a rant or anything. And we had a really good time Friday or whatever.
Honestly, we're gonna have to do a separate post for
God.
rants. This is just we're just talking.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so yeah, and how busy we were. You had Ted's first birthday party.
Well, we had Sophie had her 15th birthday. We had Sophie's 15th birthday party at our house. That literally she asked us on a Friday if she could have a sleepover birthday party on that Saturday. So we had less than 24 hours.
So yeah.
Mm-hmm. And
to get your house clean and get to the grocery store for all the.
Mm-hmm. And Emery had a birthday guest that same day. Rudy was in a football tournament. I have a baby. Like, it was boom. Yeah.
I mean, that's how our week was. So Sunday.
I feel like that's my entire life.
Sunday, we were supposed to do the family pictures out at my cousin's.
Didn't happen.
And then Billy and I were going to divide and conquer because Peyton had her kindergarten best friend's birthday party.
And then
Ted's
Teddy.
first birthday party we were going to go to. And then we also had our employee's birthday party, son's birthday party that we were supposed to. Whatever. And then the Chiefs game, we invited somewhere, and we're like, maybe the second half.
So no, go ahead.
But we didn't do any of that because at 2:30 a.m. I hear, "Mommy!" So I run to Peyton's room, and she's covered in puke, and the bed's covered in puke, and I'm like, "Oh yay!"
I think if I did my math right, there's a lot of early November babies, which means Valentine's Day between spring break is a hopping time. So then Teddy turned 1 5 days after Sophie turned 15, because that's my life. And then Teddy, this is the thing. I didn't want to have a first birthday party.
Whisper, because he can hear.
I didn't, they're stupid. First birthday parties are not for the babies. They're for the parents, right? I've already had that experience. Teddy. I've had that experience three other times. I didn't need it again. Plus, there's so much other shit going on. Well, my mother and my sister-in-law
insisted on Teddy's birthday
guilted me into, and then even Tyler was like, well, we can't not have one for him. And I'm like, God damn it, fine.
So it was kind of a last minute.
I mean, I didn't even say
you planned it.
Oh yeah, I mean we planned it like at least 2.5 weeks before, but I was under duress. It was not my idea.
Well,
we did it.
Worked out right. We didn't make it. I'm kind of sad about that.
And it was actually great. We had a great time. But I told Tyler, this is me so Teddy was done. He was like this, at like almost 2 hours into the party, and this is me walking out with him. Taking him home to get a nap and
screaming.
So he's like, why are you smiling? I'm like, because the party's over. Woo! Like I was level 9 excitement. And we had a great time. I loved everybody that was there. I appreciated everybody that was there. Parties are just a lot of work. Rachel's pretty much the nanny right now. Honestly though. So where Teddy is located is this way. And there's a ring light on my side, and there's not a lot of space. So that's why Rachel is taking care of him. Rachel, just bring him over, and we'll just wrap this up.
Oh, goodness.
So, Teddy has Tyler's temper. No, I'm kidding. My husband actually doesn't really have a temper, but Teddy is like balls to the wall.
Okay.
What happened
We
to
got a
your
little-
face?
We got a little lunch
You
on
look
us, Mom.
like, look at him.
We probably
Can
should
you-
have put a
Can
bib
you
on.
see him? Look at this.
He's cutting heavy.
He is covered in
his
peanut butter and jelly.
He's like, Mom, that
Oh, sorry.
light
I
is
know,
bright."
and he does not like bright lights.
Hey.
I apologize. Hey, can you at least make your vlog
hi.
appearance?
Look, who's that, buddy?
Teddy.
He's like, I can't look up there. That light is bright.
Okay, well, so this really was about a bunch of random shit, but
Got up here.
this is what we do. So, subscribe, like.
This is our life.
I mean, you should like just for him, right?
Oh wait, no, I'm not even done with my sick kid. She was puking, and then she's like all better from puking, and she's like the next night or a few nights later, 2 a.m. Mommy, I'm like, oh shit, she
It
puked
never
again.
stops.
My ear hurts so bad. My ear hurts. And I'm like, let's make
And
a
then-
doctor's
yeah.
appointment. And then we got an
Yay,
ear
this is what
infection.
I wanted
and
to
then
do
there's
today.
no amoxicillin anywhere. And so the replacement drug,
That's another rant that I have.
the replacement drug
You'll hear about
was
it.
out of stock too. And I'm like, what do we do? I went to 3 pharmacies to find medication for an ear infection.
Thanks.
Don't get ear infection, Ted.
Okay, so subscribe, like.
Like, do all that stuff.
We will be back with new shirts, maybe.